Que pasa YouTube, 6foot Hacks here. Have for you guys today the team building video for week 11 of Pokemon 4 Glory Season 2. Of course, if you guys are excited for this, make sure to hammer arm that like button down below and let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of our matchup this week. We are taking on LynxForte. Is it Forte or Fort? I want to say it's Forte. I've heard most people pronounce it Forte, but I think I've heard Fort here and there. But he is the coach of the Anaheim Farfetch'd. And this matchup is looking a little bit annoying, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But before I do jump into that, unfortunately last week, spoiler alert, we did end up taking a second loss. Unfortunately this time it was due to just some bad luck on our part, but hey, that is what happens sometimes with Pokemon. Damage rolls happen and just sometimes things don't go in your favor. So hopefully we do not take a third loss this week in Pokemon 4 Glory. Lynx is also coming off of a loss against Dan, aka Drive, so I know he will definitely be gunning for a victory, as well as I'm going to be doing the same, because I can't lose 3 times in a row. Like, that's going to destroy my self-esteem, and I'm just gonna feel really terrible. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Although, not to worry, we are still definitely in a solid contendership to be able to make it into the playoffs of Pokemon 4 Glory. I think as long as we stay in the top like 6 or the top 8, I want to say, we are definitely still able to make it to playoffs. So if we do take another loss, it won't be entirely too bad, but I really don't want to lose this week. So hopefully things don't go too bad for us. But let's take a look at the team matchup, which is going to be down below me, as you guys can see down there. So much like always, the top 6 Pokemon on my opponent's roster are the main 6 Mons that I'm expecting them to want to bring. So Celesteela, Sylveon, Nidoking, Salamence, and Glalie are like the 5 I'm 99% sure he's gonna want to bring. As for the 6th Mon, I honestly don't know. One thing that I've really noticed about Lynx is that he loves Kecleon. So I really, like, my gut's telling me to expect Kecleon as the 6th Pokemon for him to bring. But if he doesn't bring that, then that's actually going to be really good for us. Although Keldeo could possibly come. I know we do have Tangrowth and we do have Jellicent, but like a sub-Calm Mind Keldeo could be a little bit annoying depending on exactly what coverage moves it's running. Maybe just Specs Keldeo in general could be very scary as well with the proper prediction, so that's definitely something to watch out for. Rapidash could also possibly be coming, just because it does outspeed our Victini, which Victini, man, puts in a lot of work in this battle as long as I don't misplay with it. So that's really, really good. I'm hoping Vicente can put in, I don't know why I said it in English. Vicente can put in a lot of work. Electivire, I kind of expect Electivire mainly for Raichu, because Raichu can easily be brought for the Celesteela, but if he brings Electivire, I'm not really sure what kind of set he would be running. I think his Z-move Mons are Super Z-move Celesteela, I want to say. Or is it Electivire? It's either Electivire or Celesteela that can use any Z-move. And then it's Nidoking as his 3rd Z-Mon. So yeah, Celesteela, Electivire, and Nidoking are his 3 Z-move Mons. So I don't expect Z-move Nidoking. I really expect like an offensive Life Orb set. Even Choice Scarf is something that could definitely come. Z-move Electivire is also very possible. Actually, now that I think about it, I think any Z-move Electivire is a Super Z-Mon, if I'm not mistaken. The great thing about this matchup, though, is that Salamence doesn't have Z-moves, which is really, really good, because for those of you who may not remember, in week 4, I think it was either week 4 or 5, I want to say it's 5 actually, now that I think about it, we battled Chase, the coach of the Detroit Steel Wings, and he originally had Salamence, but he dropped it, and then Lynx picked it up. So now we have to face Salamence again. We may not even face it, because Chase didn't bring it, but we have to prep for it again, which is just really annoying, honestly. So definitely have to watch out for that. I can definitely see like a Dragon Dance Mance or like maybe a Yachiberry or Lumberry set coming, but for the most part, the top 6 Mons again are what I'm mainly expecting. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this. I really don't expect Espeon and Haunter just right off the bat, because they don't really have good matchups. I have 2 really good Dark types Alright, so getting into our first member of Durham Druddigons. This is kind of what, well, this and the next mon that I'm going to show you guys is what this team was basically built around. Now, unfortunately, the first two times I've brought dual screens Klefki, it really has not worked out in my favor. So like, I'm almost hesitant to bring this. Originally, this was supposed to be Raichu. This was supposed to be a dual screens, Thunderbolt, HP Ice, max speed, max HP Raichu. Because with Raichu, we could help pressure the Celesteela and also outspeed a non-Scarf Keldeo, which would have been really good, and also potentially pivot into any electric move coming from Electivire. Unfortunately though, I could not for the life of me find a way to get Raichu to be like genned properly. So yeah, unfortunately have to switch this up to Klefki before we're gonna have this battle tomorrow. So that really sucks. Like, I really wished I had Raichu. Again, I'm almost like hesitant to bring Klefki. Then again, I guess third time is kind of the charm, so hopefully we can bank on that. Another great thing about this matchup is that if he doesn't have Espeon, which again, really don't think he's gonna bring, and if he doesn't have Defog Salamence, which again, I'm also not expecting, I'm thinking maybe more of like a Dragon Dance Mence is going to be what he most likely is going to want to bring, then Klefki not only can safely get up dual screens, but it can also help Spike Stack, which in this matchup, getting off the Stealth Rock's chip damage and getting off the Spike's chip damage anytime a mon switches in and out is going to be absolutely huge. So literally, the only reason Klefki is here is to be able to get up screens and help our breakers, help set up our sweeper to eventually win late games. So that's kind of the general idea behind Klefki. These EVs really aren't too significant, to be honest with you guys. I honestly didn't really run too many calcs. I just wanted a lot of Spadef to be able to switch into Sylveon, which I'm very positive he's going to bring. I also want to be able to switch into Celesteela, which Celesteela could be a little bit of a problem, honestly. Like, an offensive set could be annoying. A just purely defensive set as well could be a bit of a nuisance if it's like Protect Lead Seat. So really have to be careful with the Celesteela. If I can find out what kind of set it is, then I can just play around it from there. But for the most part, Klefki is just kind of here as a pivot mon and just being able to get up dual screens and get up spikes to help our sweepers sweep or our breakers break. So moving on to what the original team was 110% built around, and that is the Dawn set of Trick Room Victini. Yes, this set right here, ladies and gentlemen, is actually really amazing in this matchup. And before I continue, I just want to give a huge shout out to everybody that did help me build. Shouts out to the Bullet Punch Club homies who helped me build as well, or who gave their input, as well as the main front office peeps who helped me build as well. So yeah, huge thanks to all of them. But for the most, actually, yeah, I got the idea for dual screens from Matty Brolic, so big shouts out to him, because hopefully that will end up helping us out this game, which in theory it should. Like, I really don't expect them to bring Defog Salamence, so I almost want to say that dual screens are going to be really helpful in this matchup, unless I get crit, because knowing my luck, that's probably what's going to happen. But yeah, anyways, Trick Room Victini does absolutely amazing in this battle. This right here is our main win condition and our main late game sweeper. Now, there are a couple downsides to this set. One, it's completely and just about almost reliant on having Reflect or Light Screen up, or if I'm able to get both up, then that's even better. Another hindrance to the set is that even with a Brave Nature and 0 speed IVs, non-speed EV Celesteela outspeeds us, which in theory, it's not that bad, because if Celesteela is a big nuisance and it's a defensive non-speedy set, then Victini can still come in and blow it back with the V-Crate, so that's going to be really good. Sylveon, unfortunately, also outspeeds unless we are at -1 speed, which if we do get to -1 speed in Trick Room, we then outspeed Sylveon and Celesteela, which is really nice. And then the other downside is that Kecleon, unfortunately, outspeeds us unless he is going to be speed creeping on his Kecleon, if I'm not mistaken, because at -1 we reach 62 speed, I want to say, around that, and then Kecleon is 61 speed. So if he is running speed creep on his Kecleon, then after -1 speed we will be able to outspeed him in Trick Room. If not, then we can just naturally outspeed him and blow him back with the V-Crate. But yeah, Victini is again mainly here to just sweep late game. If not, then this can also just help break his team down for our second backup sweeper. So that's going to be really good in this matchup. And again, the set is very heavy on dual screens, so hopefully we will be able to get those up. If anything, dual screens and no spikes are going to be more than enough, I think, going into this battle, because this Victini set really just destroys everything. Most of the priority on the Anaheim's draft is physical, which is why we have 180 in defense. This way we take less life for recoil, and we take physical hits just slightly better. And then the 76 special attack EVs are to ensure an OHKO on Dragon Dance Salamence after rocks, or without rocks if I'm not mistaken. So that's going to be really good. Moving on to our next team member here, we have Guillermo the Garchomp rocking a nice choice scarf set. I think in my match against Chase, when he had Salamence, I brought Scarfed Garchomp as well, because this is honestly like the best thing on our entire draft to ensure that a +1 speed Salamence that does not just sweep through our team. So I would have loved to not have to run Scarfments again. I mean, not Scarfments, but Scarfchomp again, but it's just Scarf Salamence, Dragon, I'm getting my damn moves and items mixed up. Dragon Dance Salamence is a humongous problem. So if I get in the position of where Salamence gets up to +1 speed and then I don't have a Scarf Garchomp, then it literally just sweeps through our team. And if I don't have dual screens, that could be even worse. So yeah, Scarf Chomp is just a really good answer to Dragon Dance Salamence, as long as it doesn't get to +2 speed. This, unfortunately, as well is our Stealth Rocker, and rocks are going to be absolutely huge in this matchup. If I'm not able to get up spikes, I absolutely need to get up Stealth Rocks, because I'm gonna have to get that extra little bit of chip damage on his walls and his offensive mons to ensure that Victini can come in and sweep late game. If not, then I will be able to wear them down every time they switch in and out, which is gonna be really good. And if he does end up losing the Celesteela early on, this could potentially be a great late game sweeper. At the same time, though, he could have Mega Glalie, which most likely will be carrying the Ice Shard, so I do have to be careful with that. But yeah, that's kind of the idea behind the Garchomp set. Moving on to member number 4, we have Julio the Jellicent, which is my main answer to especially offensive Nidoking and my main answer to Keldeo. Keldeo literally does nothing to me unless it's running HP Electric or HP Ghost or Dark or Grass or Electric. Is that all the types? I want to say that's all of Jellicent's weaknesses, but yeah, unless he's running one of those hidden powers, which I can scout out for, then Jellicent 100% shuts down Keldeo. The main reason I have Taunt Nightshade is to be able to beat sub Calm Mind Keldeo, which otherwise would be able to just set up all over regular Jellicent. So yeah, outside of Nightshade, honestly only really being for Keldeo, I don't have much use for it, but I guess in certain scenarios Nightshade does do slightly more damage than what Scald would be doing. Taunt's also really nice to maybe stop Kecleon from spiking. I can also stop Sylveon from going for Wish, Protect, Baton Pass, and then I can also stop Celesteela from just spreading Leech Seeds around, so that's not entirely too bad. The Wakam Berry is mainly there for Thunderbolt Nidoking, so I can switch into Nidoking if he does predict me to bring a Jellicent and goes for the Thunderbolt. As long as I'm at full HP even after rocks, a Thunderbolt after Wakamberry into a regular non-Wakamberry Thunderbolt does not 2-hit KO me, and then from there I can get off a huge amount of damage with the Scald or possibly knock him out depending on how much chip damage I managed to get off on him. But yeah, Jellicent is kind of important in this match to be able to just stop Keldeo and kind of be our pseudo switch into Nidoking. Honestly, I guess if you don't count Klefki, this is really our only wall on the team. Well, I guess Klefki is technically a wall, but outside of getting up screens and spikes, I really don't see Klefki doing entirely too much else. But Jellicent can pivot, and it can just wear down his team, and thanks to Recover, we may be able to keep Jellicent around for a long time in this battle. The 68 defensive E's are in case he wants to bring a Scarfed physical Nidoking. I think Scarfed Earthquake from Jolly Max Attack Nidoking only has a 2% chance to knock us out with Earthquake after Rocks, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's going to be really nice as well, because I almost expect Scarf Nidoking or Scarf Keldeo, if anything. Like, those two I think are the main sweepers he would possibly bring in this battle. I guess maybe Scarf Salamence, but I mean, we have Klefki and we have Cobalion, so I really don't think he would bring Scarf Ments. So I guess Scarf Electivire kind of makes sense as well. I guess in theory, I don't know. Like, I guess Electivire, Nidoking, and Keldeo are like the three main things I'm expecting to be Scarfed. And I guess Scarf Ments, but I really don't think he'd bring Scarf Ments. So moving on to our second potential sweeper in this battle is Corbin the Cobalion. Again, Corbin literally has been brought to every single week of Pokemon for Glory because it's honestly just that good, man. Like, Z-Move Cobalion really is absolutely amazing. I really want to use Z-Move Cobalion again in the future on a different draft, just in hopes that maybe I can use it a little bit better than I have so far in P4G. But for the most part, Cobalion behind dual screens pretty much just bends over the Anaheim's draft, honestly. Even if this doesn't exactly like sweep through the team, it'll be able to break the team down enough for Victini to then come in, set up Trick Room, and then sweep late game. That's kind of the general idea, although I guess Victini could come in early to mid game and then set up for Cobalion to come in late game and be able to sweep. But then again, Cobalion was our main sweeper in week 10 of P4G, and things really didn't go that well. So who knows, this plan could completely backfire. But for the most part, Z-Move Cobalion, if you look at the Anaheim's draft, tell me what switches in to Cobalion at +2. Celesteela gets blown back by Z-Move. Sylveon gets blown back by Iron Head. Nidoking takes about 75 to like 85-ish%, I want to say, from Iron Head, which is still a lot, honestly. Salamence, even if it's max defense, max HP, after Rocks, has a good chance to get knocked out by just a +1 Stone Edge, which is absolutely amazing. Speaking of Stone Edge, it's literally only here for Salamence. Like, if he didn't have Salamence, I would probably be running Zen Headbutt for the Nidoking, but I'd probably miss that, honestly. I'm probably going to miss Stone Edge too, knowing my luck. But Glalie doesn't outspeed us, it gets blown back. We speed type with Keldeo, but at +2 we just annihilate it with close combat. Or I think that a stocked all-out pummeling just knocks out Keldeo as well, which is really good. We outspeed Rapidash, we blow back Kecleon, we outspeed Electivire. Espeon's not touching us even without screens, we can live any hit. Then at +2 we just destroy it with an Iron Head, and then Haunter's a fucking Haunter. I don't expect Haunter. I'm honestly 100% sure he's not gonna bring a Haunter because it's a Haunter. I don't know why you would draft Haunter. Like, I'm not knocking it, but I would never draft Haunter. Just a heads up. If you're ever in a draft with me and Haunter's on the board, just expect for me to not get it because I don't really like Haunter. But for the most part, a +2 attack, this thing weakens his team enough to where, again, Victini comes in, or this just sweeps late game after Victini has broken his team down and I'm able to get behind dual screens. So yeah, again, screens are going to be a really huge part in this battle. And moving on to the last team member, we have good old Cesaro the Mega Aerodactyl, which I think was actually going to be Nasty Plot Raichu in another version of this team, because that version had dual screens Klefki and then Nasty Plot Raichu. But after being convinced, Mega Aerodactyl I think has a slightly better matchup in this game. Yeah, we don't really do anything to Keldeo, but again, there's always the possibility he's not going to bring Keldeo. And even if he brings Keldeo, I have Jellicent, which again literally just walls Keldeo. So if I'm able to get rid of Keldeo, or if he doesn't have Keldeo, at +1 behind dual screens, Mega Aerodactyl pretty much can also sweep late game, or just again break the team down enough to be able to help Victini or Cobalion sweep, which is really, really nice. At +1 to physically defensive Celesteela, we do like 66 to 80, almost 80% I think, with Fire Fang, which is absolutely insane because of just how bulky Celesteela really is. At +1, Iron Head blows back the Sylveon. Behind dual screen, Sylveon does not beat us 1v1. +1 Iron Head also does a lot. I think Fire Fang. No, Iron Head does slightly more damage, right? Yeah, Iron Head is 80. Yeah, okay. Iron Head at +1 does a lot of damage to Nidoking, and then I can find out if Nidoking is scarfed or not. This completely beats Salamence behind dual screens. Mega Glalie cannot do anything to us with Ice Shard. Behind dual screens, we are able to chew Hydro Pump from Scarf Keldeo. We outspeed Rapidash. Kecleon can't do anything. Electivire doesn't knock us out behind screens, and then Espeon and Haunter get blown back as well. So yeah, Mega Aerodactyl definitely puts in a lot of work in this game at +1 attack, honestly. The speed is to ensure that we outspeed everything that is not Scarf that he could possibly bring. So unless he has the Scarf Nidoking or the Scarf Keldeo, or I guess the Scarf Mance or Scarf Electivire, everything is going to be outsped by Mega Aerodactyl. And if everything is weakened enough, we don't even need the Hone Claws, but if we are able to get up the Hone Claws at +1 attack, again, Mega Aerodactyl really does put in a lot of work, weakens his team, then that allows for Cobalion to come in, or allows for Victini to come in, Trick Room, and then we go from there. So yeah, that's kind of the general idea behind this team. Again, this team is very reliant on getting up dual screens, which Klefki is honestly very good in doing so. So I'm really not too concerned that we're not going to be able to get them up. And then rocks, again, are going to be really huge in this battle as well. And if I'm able to get up a layer or two, or possibly all 3 layers of spikes, along with dual screens, then I think we're going to be in a really solid position in this battle. So yeah, guys, that is a team. Let me know in the comment section below what y'all think about it. And with that being said, I will see you all tomorrow with the actual battle. So later, everybody.
Cause my brain and heart are both tied in the knot, and this hinders me from crying a lot. This causing me to show no emotion. But when I said I cared, I wasn't joking. But I guess it's too late for me to become broken. For now, I'm living with no more pain, tears, or hoping. I'm just coasting. Yeah, I said I'm coasting. No more pain, tears, and hoping. For real.